Ben & Jerry's are no longer selling ice cream to illegal Israeli settlements. And Zionists are losing their minds. Assalamu alaikum, what's going on everybody? Ben & Jerry's has recently stated that they will no longer sell their ice cream in illegal settlements that Israel builds on occupied Palestinian land. You mean all of Palestine, but that's a conversation for another day. We can get into that later. Let's get one thing straight. Ben & Jerry's is not, they didn't just wake up one day and go, hold up, Israel's oppressing Palestinians through genocide, ethnic cleansing, land theft, ethnic displacement. Therefore, out of our morals and ethics and our values, I think we should stop selling to them. No. That's not how it happened. That's not how most things happen. The BDS movement, boycott, divestment, and sanctions, has been pressuring Ben & Jerry's to stop selling in illegal Israeli settlements. These settlements that are built by Israel are built for the main purpose of ensuring that Palestinian land continues to be taken and stolen by Israel in their attempt to eventually take over all of Palestine. And by the way, these settlements are illegal by UN definition. So finally, after pressure being applied for a long period of time by the BDS movement, Ben & Jerry's made this statement. We believe it is inconsistent with our values for Ben & Jerry's ice cream to be sold in the occupied Palestinian territory. We also hear and recognize the concerns shared with us by our fans and trusted partners. And by the way, that's great. This is good news. So which values are Ben & Jerry's talking about? Let's break this down. The main values the company has are: number 1, human rights and dignity. I'm pretty sure Israel's colonialism, ethnic cleansing, and genocide of Palestinians kind of infringes on human rights and dignity. Number 2, social and economic justice. I'm pretty sure apartheid, blockade, military checkpoints, walls and barbed wire everywhere, limiting Palestinians' movements and access to facilities, you know, all that kind of stuff probably falls under social and economic injustice. Number 3, environmental protection. Given that Israel just loves burning Palestinian farmland and loves burning olive trees that are hundreds of years old and just cannot live without bombing the living hell out of Palestinians and their property, especially in Gaza, I'm sure a lot of this goes against environmental protection. So this is great. We see that Ben & Jerry's has some really nice values, and their decision to not sell to illegal Israeli settlements is consistent with these values, which makes sense. So yeah, long story short, this is great news. But wait! There's more! But here's what people may not know. Ben & Jerry's didn't say that they will stop selling to Israel. No. They will just stop selling directly to illegal Israeli settlements on occupied Palestinian territory. What? Ben & Jerry's continued in their same statement. They said, although Ben & Jerry's will no longer be sold in the occupied Palestinian territory, we will stay in Israel through a different arrangement. So in other words, Ben & Jerry's can still sell to Israel, and then Israel can then distribute and sell to the illegal Israeli settlements. So it's really just a different arrangement. It's just a matter of logistics and distribution. So when you think about it, they didn't really do anything. To think about it, this whole thing turns out is not even that big of a deal until you see the crazy Israeli politicians losing their minds. You have the Israeli government's official Twitter account tweeting about this. You have the Israeli Prime Minister tweeting and saying, this is anti-Israel. And he was saying things like, we are the only Jewish state, trying to make Ben & Jerry's decision seem anti-Semitic. Okay, buddy, maybe go drink a pumpkin spice latte and calm yourself down, all right? Or don't. We're actually enjoying this. Keep talking. The former Israeli Prime Minister said, we will no longer buy your ice cream. Thank you, Benjamin, Bibi, Habibi, thank you. You did it. You did what Ben & Jerry's refused to do. The BDS movement would like Ben & Jerry's to stop selling to Israel in general. But Ben & Jerry's decided we're only going to stop selling to the occupied Palestinian territories where Israel has its illegal settlements. But you, sir, you have done it. No Ben & Jerry's for Israel. Khalas. Thank you for your contributions, you Palestinian murdering war criminal. Then the public went to Twitter and mocked Israel for its outrage over an ice cream company. People tweeted away saying the government is throwing tantrums over ice cream. They are embarrassing themselves. And some even tweeted solutions like, how about you end colonialism and apartheid? In conclusion, Israel's total meltdown over ice cream shows one main thing: how fragile they really are. A nuclear superpower loses its mind over ice cream. Israel went as far as calling this economic terrorism, as opposed to actual terrorism that Israel does to Palestinians on a daily basis. Through, actually killing Palestinians and bombing Palestinians, especially in Gaza, and killing Palestinians in protests, subjecting them to apartheid. And as for economic terrorism, maybe Israel forgot about the nearly 2-decade blockade of Gaza through land, sea, and air, which, by the way, is actual economic terrorism. I will end with this. Activism, pressure campaigns, boycotts, divestments, and sanctions. All of these actually work. And this story proves it. So please keep sharing, keep spreading awareness, and let's bring Palestinians justice. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and share this video. Support me by subscribing to my channel. And until next time, I'm that Muslim guy. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you.